What's going on, my brothers? It's your boy King E back again with another banger. Retain Gang, what's popping? So yeah, man, decided to come outside to my favorite spot to record a video in. You know, this to me is like the best spot on my area of the Bronx for sure. So yeah, I love coming out here and reflecting and but yeah, man. And to the guys that commented on my last video. Even if it was only like 2 people, I'm forever grateful for you guys, because that shows me that I'm still bringing value to some people. And I don't want to do YouTube for no reason. You know what I'm saying? So I want to make sure I'm actually bringing some form of value. I don't have to bring knowledge, because I do have to live more in order for me to actually bring some real knowledge from my life experiences. But I have done enough to be able to still share some knowledge, you know what I'm saying? And you guys will be able to see me grow through the process. As long as I'm a voice for people, that's fine. You know what I'm saying? I started this YouTube channel first because I felt like I needed something to bring to the world. I felt like I needed YouTube in order to actually value myself, to actually bring something to the world. So basically it was more of a vain reason as to why I started YouTube. And I'm grateful that I took this break and I actually thought about the reason why I started this YouTube channel, and thought about why I'm doing this, why I'm doing everything, why am I seeking to be rich, why am I seeking to live in a penthouse, why am I seeking to drive a Ferrari, like what's the point, you know what I'm saying? And I thought about this deeply, and I'm honestly grateful for this break, because I've come to some crazy conclusions, not crazy conclusions, but some very helpful conclusions that I feel like I can share with you guys. I feel like it's much more valuable than anything else I've put. This might be my most important video yet. So yeah, and throughout my 9 years of self-improvement, so that's a long time, you know, that's almost 10 years. It will be 10 years next year. But 9 years of self-improvement is a long time. So think about it. I done did everything. I done did it all, man. Anything you can think of, I done did it. No fat. I done did semen retention. I done did eating less carbs. I done did the vegan diet for a little bit. I done did, you know, obviously working out. I done did cold approach and random females. Like, I'm talking about days where I would just cold approach like 10, 20 females. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot. Like, I would go to 3rd Avenue. To the people who are from the Bronx is watching me, I would go to 3rd Avenue and just try to cold approach on every female that walked by, just everybody, you know what I'm saying? What else? I done did it all, man. Point is, I done did it all. Sunbathing, sun gazing. And this is the conclusion that I came to just recently. So this break was also needed, and it was a big purpose for it. But this is what I found out. Self-improvement is completely useless without God. Now, I know that sounds preachy. I know that sounds like I'm trying to push my religion onto you guys, and I'm not trying to do that at all. Here's what I mean. So first of all, I am not religious. Like, if you guys think I'm religious, that is not the truth. I'm not. What I push, this is what I am. I have a relationship with God through Jesus Christ. And religion is another form of self-improvement. And I'm going to tell you guys what I mean by that in a second. But this is what I mean. This is why I have a relationship with God through Jesus Christ. And it's because without Jesus Christ, you cannot have a true relationship without God. Jesus Christ was the one that he died. First of all, he actually lived. Yeah. Jesus, my bad, yo, my bad. Anyways, I lost track, but what I was saying, yeah. So Jesus Christ, he was an actual man that lived. He was sinless, and he was crucified, and he performed miracles. And these are from outside sources. These are not from the Bible. Like, you can do your own research and find out that outside sources say the same thing. He was truly a miraculous man. Like, he done performed a lot of miracles. He healed the blind, healed the deaf, the lame. You know what I'm saying? He rose people from the dead, and also he rose from the dead himself when he got crucified. So Jesus was definitely very important. So besides that, which is this is the most important thing, having a relationship with God through Jesus Christ, because you cannot have a relationship with God without Jesus Christ. You can't. That's what I believe. You know what I'm saying? And I think, my life experiences definitely confirmed that. Religion is, I'm not religious at all. Like I said, I have a relationship with God through Jesus Christ. I keep saying that. But religion is another form of self-improvement, because religion just tells you what to do. It's more doing. It tells you what to do. But the difference between religion and self-improvement is that they use God. So, for example, they say, okay, God tells you not to kill, tells you not to steal, tells you not to, tells you not to commit adultery, all these things. They just use God. So God says this because it's bad. You shouldn't do it. You know what I'm saying? And that's you trying to do these things. But the problem with religion is it doesn't solve the problem. Self-improvement definitely doesn't solve the problem, but religion definitely doesn't solve it either. So this is what I mean. This is why I feel like you need to have a relationship with God. You cannot find true peace, true freedom from whatever is your worst sin that you're dealing with. Let's say you're a very angry person. You're a very violent person. You cannot seek freedom from that from yourself by improving yourself. You can't do this with a therapist. You can't do this by doing yoga. You know what I'm saying? You can't do it by meditating. You can't do it. Freedom from sin is a gift. It's grace. Freedom from whatever it is that burdens you in your life, it is a gift. It is grace. And God is the one who gives you these things freely. There's nothing that you can do that will free you from these things. And I feel like that's why a lot of people, for some reason, they go to self-improvement because they feel like they need to fix something from themselves. They need to fix an insecurity they have, or they do it from a place of lack. So, for example, when I did semen retention for 3 years, this was before I was a Christian. I was doing semen, so I was on a 3-year semen retention streak, mind you. So I definitely know what I'm talking about. When it comes to semen retention, I 100% know what I'm talking about. So I was on a 3-year semen retention streak. And yeah, it did make my life better. I was less anxious. I was less socially awkward. I was more comfortable around females. I had a couple of girlfriends at the time as well. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I was doing good, but I wasn't really peaceful. Like, I didn't have true peace. I didn't have true freedom from lust. I didn't. Not saying that all I was doing from semen retention was I was suppressing my sexual urges, but eventually it came back. Like, I was still lustful inside. That was still something that was ingrained in me. Semen retention did not help me with that. All I was doing was suppressing my sexual energies. Even if I was transmuting my sexual energy, like, you don't free yourself from yourself. You know what I'm saying? You can't do that by yourself. It is a gift. It is grace that abounds from God. You know what I'm saying? It's a gift. So this is what I mean. If you want true peace, true freedom, you have to have a relationship with God, because you can't do this on your own, man. You cannot do this on your own. Trust me, you can't do it. Any sin that you're dealing with, whether it's the sin of greed, the sin of lust, the sin of gluttony, you know what I'm saying? These are things that burdens you. You know what I'm saying? Let's say God doesn't want to chastise you. He doesn't want to stop you from doing things that are pleasurable. To some people, those things are pleasurable, but oftentimes they don't realize that what they're doing is actually harming them, is doing them more harm than good. Not because, first of all, avoid hell. Like, I hate those preachers who try to push the fear of hell onto others. Like, that's not what I'm doing here. What I'm trying to push is freedom. Like, you having a relationship with God, you being free from hell is a byproduct of that. But that's not the main message. The main message is not to avoid hellfire. The main message is to seek freedom from your sins. Let's say some of you guys got molested, and for that, because of that reason, ever since you got molested, you've probably had some confusion about your sexuality, or some people are straight up homosexuals because they got molested. You get what I'm saying? You can't fix that on your own. You can't do that on your own. I don't care what sin you're dealing with, bro. These sins are strongholds. These are generational curses. Like, this is something that you can't, that it takes supernatural power to fix. You know what I'm saying? We wrestle with supernatural forces. You don't wrestle these things like depression, anxiety. These are things that you cannot fix on. I don't care how many therapists you have. I don't care how many times you fast. I don't care how many times you meditate. You can't fix these problems on your own. What God wants from you, what he wants to do to you, is to bring you peace. He wants to bring you back to that state that you was in before you got molested, before you got jumped, and before you had that PTSD. You know, I remember when I got robbed when I was very young. I got robbed, and I was kind of paranoid. I had a lot of PTSD from that. You know what I'm saying? But eventually I healed from that, thanks to God. But point is this: self-improvement cannot fix your life, bro. I promise you that. And this is just my experience. Like I said, you guys don't have to believe this, and I don't want to push my religion onto you guys. I already told you guys I am not religious at all. I just believe in God through Jesus Christ. I have a deep relationship with God. It's more personal, and that's what I push. I want you guys to, if this resonates with you, maybe this is God calling you. You know what I'm saying? Calling you to come back to him, to come back to the man you ultimately are. He wants to heal you from whatever burdens you have. He wants to free you from these things. He wants to bring you ultimate peace. And that's what I mean when I say self-improvement is useless without God. And that's why, because you can never find true peace. Oftentimes, a lot of people, they want to, you know, for example, men, they want to become rich. They want all the females, all the girls, all the status. You know what I'm saying? They want to drive all these cars because they feel like these things will bring them happiness, will bring them what they truly been seeking for their whole life. And I can't speak on that. You know, because I'm not rich. You know what I'm saying? I'm not rich. I didn't drive all the cars. I didn't drive the Ferraris. I didn't have much females growing up. So I can't speak on that. But just take a look around you, bro. How many rich people commit suicide? You know what I'm saying? Do you really want that? Like, bro, the saying that goes with more money, more problems is actually true. It's actually real, bro. A lot of people they have everything. They get everything what they want from, like, in a worldly sense, right? They get everything that they want only to find out that this doesn't bring them peace. It doesn't bring them happiness. It doesn't. You know, there's plenty of examples, man. Plenty of examples. You don't have to take it from me. Like, you don't have to experience these things to know these things. True peace, true freedom comes from God. For example, what does it mean to be financially free? To some of you guys, you'll be like, oh, what it means to be financially free is to be able to buy whatever you want because you have so much money. Nah, that's not what it means to be financially. What it means to be financially free is to realize that that you don't need money. Money is not the thing that gives you food and protects you. You don't need money. God is your ultimate provider. God is the one who gives you food, who clothes you, who nourishes you, who gives you a roof over your head. God is the one that provides these things. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man, like I said, if this video resonates with you, then that means that God is calling you. You know what I'm saying? He's calling you. This may not resonate with everybody, and there may be people who may disagree with me. And also, you know, you guys might see, for example, like there's tons of people like this in the YouTube community, in the NoFap community as well. There's tons of coaches who done defeated pornography by themselves without God, and they'll tell you, hey, you don't need God to defeat this. You know what I'm saying? You don't need that. You don't need Jesus Christ to be free from your sin. You could do this on your own. And I would say this, like, my only objection to that is that not everything that seems good on the outside is actually good. You know what I'm saying? These people may seem like they have everything together, but they don't. They're probably still dealing with some deep issues inside. And that's what I was dealing with before I was a Christian. Before January 2020, everything that I was trying to do, it never brought me peace. Semen retention, all I was doing was suppressing my sexual urges, and eventually it came back. I was basically putting my lust into other things. You know what I'm saying? But when those other outlets were gone, I wasn't free from lust, man. It came back, and then here I am. And, you know, I never was free from pornography, even though I was on the 3 year. So now that I'm a Christian, like now that I'm believing God, now that I have a relationship with God, the fact, like, for example, like I'm more at peace now that I'm on day 4 than I was when I was on day, I don't know, how many days was it when it's 3 years? I don't know, like 700. When I was on day 700 something, I was on day 700 something. I still didn't have peace. I still wasn't secure with myself. That's the point what I'm trying to. I'm more at peace now because, yeah, I've been relapsing more, but it's because God has been bringing these deep issues, these deep traumas. He's been bringing it to the surface, and he wants me to deal with it the actual right way. I'm not saying that relapsing is allowed with God. No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that it becomes harder because God is bringing he's trying to actually heal you. That's what I'm saying. So I done relapsed a lot during these last 5 years because I've been a Christian for 5 years now. So I done relapsed a lot during these last 5 years, but I'm more at peace now. I'm more healed now because God has been healing me slowly but surely. Everything that's been happening in my life after January 2020, it was purposeful. Like everything that's happened in my life, even me being unemployed right now, it's for a bigger reason. I'm not saying to be unemployed and to just focus on God. That's not what I'm saying here. Obviously, faith without works is dead. So I hope you guys understand that. Faith without works is dead. But because you still have to do your part. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, God gives you a gift. You know what I'm saying? He heals you. He truly heals you. You know what I'm saying? That's a gift. That's grace. But you also can't take that grace for granted. You still have to do work. But what I'm saying is self-improvement without God is useless. And vice versa. God without works is useless. So that's what I mean. But yeah, man, I'm more at peace now. I'm just more at peace now because God is actually healing me. You know what I'm saying? God is I'm focusing on God. And yeah, of course, I'm not perfect. So yeah, I may relapse. I may make some mistakes. But when I make mistakes now, I actually learn from them. It's almost like God lets it happen and he tells you, you see what I told you? You see it wasn't worth it? You know what I'm saying? You see that you fornicating with that woman actually wasn't worth it? That it was just 10 seconds of pleasure and you crashed after the high, after the dopamine kick? So that's what I mean. Like, you learn more. You learn much more. You're more aware. You're more conscious. You know what I'm saying? And this can only happen when you have a deep relationship with God. This can only happen through a relationship with God and through Jesus Christ. So that's what I mean. So yeah, man, I feel like I said everything that I had to say, man. Day 4. Yeah, man, stay blessed, stay safe. See you guys tomorrow.